Good morning, Mean Green Nation. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Up and early at it again today. 2 days of camp are behind us. Are you starting to buy into the hype? I know a lot of people are out there are buying into what they're hearing from guys like Vito and the Mean Green Sports, who's done an excellent job of covering practice so far. Don't have the Periscope videos up, but the Mean Green Instagram account, they posted a couple short videos. Seth Luttrell met with the media yesterday, had some high praise for the offensive guys, kind of a little bit down, not necessarily down, but saying that the defense needs to pick it up. We all knew that was going to happen, but we really won't know too much about this team until the pads come on, and I believe the pads come on either Thursday or Friday, and then the first scrimmage takes place on Saturday morning, 10:15 a.m. at Apogee Stadium. So as things progress, we'll break down more of what is going on in camp. But today, I really want to spend time breaking down the top offenses in Conference USA. So if you haven't checked it out yet, on meangreennation.com, I did a power ranking or rating of all the offenses in Conference USA. Basically, kind of like if you're playing a video game, you can score from 0 to 100. And, I rated them based upon, their best quarterbacks, running back units, wide receiver, offensive line, and came out, with a score. And so I have a top 5, and we're going to go over the top 5 today. And then we're going to get into a little bit of where North Texas is in regards to all the rest of the teams in Conference USA. So first on the list was Southern Miss. Their rating was an 85.3, and some things to highlight from them. Nick Mullins is back. I've liked this kid since he was a freshman. He's a senior this year. He lost a lot of his guys on offense, a lot of his wide receivers, but still he's got a talented group of guys coming back. He's got Edo Smith, running back. Guy can really do it all. George Payne, who I think he was injured last year. He'll be back this year. So the running back group for Southern Miss is really good. His top wide receiver returning, DJ Thompson, close to 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. So that's probably going to be his number one target this year. And then their offensive line, I have their offensive line rated 4th in Conference USA. The guy that really anchors for them is their center, Cameron Tom, first team All-Conference USA. So when you look at Southern Miss as a whole, they're very balanced. They're, top 5 in every category. I think they have the best quarterback in Conference USA. Their running backs are good. Their wide receivers, again, top 5, probably number 5. They have a little bit of unproven to go there, but like I said, DJ Thompson returns. And then their offensive line is solid with Cameron Todd leading the way there. At number 2, Western Kentucky. They lost their quarterback from last year, so that's an issue moving forward. But when you look at the rest of what they have, the quarterback's going to have plenty of weapons and plenty of protection. He has probably the best surrounding cast in Conference USA is for Western Kentucky. I believe their running backs, they're loaded there. Leon Allen, who was All-Conference USA going into last season, he got injured early in the season. He's back this year. Running back Anthony Wales, who put up huge numbers last year, he's there. And then they had a freshman, Furby, who had like 600 yards as well. He's back. So the running back group loaded right there. Then you get to their wide receivers. First team All-Conference USA, Tawan Taylor is back. And then their second leading wide receiver, Nicholas Norris, is back. Then you get down in their offensive line, headlined by Forrest Lamp, a senior, first team All-Conference USA. And I think they have the best offensive line all around for Conference USA. So, I think they have the best running back group and they have the best offensive line group in Conference USA. And then their wide receivers are very good. And it's going to come down to their quarterback and whether or not somebody can, whoever they choose to go with. I know that their top guy coming back, he got injured. I can't remember who the guy and their second guy that they're going with. I haven't paid attention to him in camp so far. either way, quarterback's going to have plenty to work with. And Braum as the head coach, he's a great head coach. This will probably be his last year at Western Kentucky before he takes another job. He's an offensive guru type of guy. I like Western Kentucky, second best offense in Conference USA with a rating of close to 85, 84.8. Checking in at number 3 is Middle Tennessee State. I give them a rating of 83.4. Their headlined is they're headlined by Player of the Year candidate wide receiver Richie James. As a freshman, this guy did it all last year, racking up miles and miles of stats, receiving yards, you name it, this guy did it. He's got a great quarterback throwing to him again this year. Brent Stockstill, the coach's son, is back, and he's going to benefit from Tony Franklin, an air raid offensive coordinator extraordinaire who moved back from Cal to take the job at Middle Tennessee State. I think just wanted to get back closer home to his roots. Still, this guy knows offense. He's got a lot of weapons at Middle Tennessee to work with. Another guy talking about Terry Pettis, one of the best tight ends in Conference USA. So they don't necessarily have a great running backs or a great set of running backs, but their wide receivers are the best in Conference USA. Richie James is outstanding. Stockstill is probably the second best quarterback in Conference USA. And their offensive line group, not top 5. I have them ranked 6, but I think when you add their wide receivers with Stockstill, they're going to put up tremendous numbers, and that's why I have them at number 3. Getting down to number 4, Marshall. Marshall comes in rated at 81.4. Their big guy is quarterback Chase Litton. He's a freshman last year. Didn't get the start. They had the JUCO transfer kid who I thought was going to put up big numbers for him last year. He didn't. Litton came in, stabilized the ship. Wasn't an overly impressive quarterback, but I think in year 2 he's really going to make a jump and get up there with. He might not put up the numbers of Mullins and Stockstill because I don't think he's going to throw that much, but I still think he's going to be a really, really solid quarterback. He has 2 guys on the offensive line that are all Conference USA, Michael Selby and Clint Van Horn, both seniors. So he's got great protection around him. I have Marshall's offensive line. They check in at number 2 on Conference USA out of 13. And you look at, he doesn't have a ton of weapons. They lost one of their freshmen, was ruled ineligible recently, one of their best freshman wide receivers, so that hurts. He's one of the best tight ends in Conference USA, Ryan Yurchek. They always seem to find a good running back, but their running backs right now have them rated 10th. Their running back group 10th in Conference USA. So the weapons aren't necessarily as great around Chase Litton, but I still like the offensive line, and I still like him as a quarterback. So their offense checks in at number 4 on the list. Coming in at number 5 is UTEP, and I think this one kind of might surprise some people, but getting Aaron Jones back is really going to set that offense up for success. I like their offensive line. Their offensive line rated 3rd best in Conference USA. They get the quarterback transfer, Zach Greenlee from Fresno State. He's been playing okay in camp. He's just getting adjusted to it. I still think he's going to be the guy that wins it for him. And them having a quarterback, a good offensive line, having Aaron Jones back, and then having their 2 top wide receivers, Jaquan White and Hayden Pinkley, really sets this offense up for a good year. They're not going to be really explosive as an offense. They're not going to put up 44, 45 points like a Middle Tennessee or Western Kentucky Southern Miss type, but they're going to put up close to 30 points, and they're going to grind it out, and they're going to wear down opposing defenses. So I think they're kind of unique in that way, that mindset. They have the old offensive line coach there, Krugler. He's done a really good job. They're just going to mash on people. So I think they're going to be kind of fun to watch. As far as North Texas, where does their offense check in out of the 13 in Conference USA? I had them checking in at I had them checking in at 9th. Yeah, I believe that's where I had them at, was 9th. Let me double check here. Can't believe not on top of my game this morning. A little bit off. That's okay. I had them checking in at 10th. Sorry, I thought it was 10th, and I lost on my. Where are my numbers at? Where are my numbers? You know I'm a numbers guy. So yeah, I have them checking in at 10th. Rating 75.9. I like their quarterback. I like Alec Morris. I think he's the 6th best quarterback in Conference USA. Wilson and Ivory and Nick Smith and the JUCO guy. I think their running back group, top 5 almost. Top 5. I have them ranked 5th. The wide receiver group, unproven. Feeling better about it. Luttrell had great praise yesterday. Again, when the pads come on, we'll see. I think it's a wide receiver group that could surprise a lot of people. Again, I think the system's going to allow for them to, have a bunch of opportunities. Their offensive line rated 10th. I'm not sure if it is the 10th. It might be the 13th. I'm really concerned about the offensive line. I think that's one thing that could hinder this offense. But overall, I think their offense is definitely going to be ahead of their defense. I think their offense could surprise quite a few folks in Conference USA. I think the additions of Alec Morris, the wide receivers that are going to step up, the explosive backfield will allow for this offense to put points on the board. And I think, when we talk a little bit about the defense in the coming days, as opposed to where it ranks in Conference USA, I think, the season will come down to, whether or not the defense can get enough stops to allow the offense, because they're going to score points. They're going to put definitely some good points on the board. It's just going to be, can the defense get enough stops that, they don't get outscored. And I know that's not a great way of putting it, but that's the way I'm putting it right now. I like their offense. I like the direction it's going. I like the leadership on the field and off the field with the coaches there. I think it's an offense that, even though I have it ranked 10th right now, I think it could finish in the top 6. I think that they could certainly put up more points per game than a UTEP or a Marshall. I don't know if anybody's on pace with Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, and Southern Miss right now. So I think the highest I could see them going is 4th out of everybody. And then I think another offense that not a lot of people talk about, I think UTSA is another offense that could jump up there and surprise a bunch of people. I know you guys don't want to hear that. I think that's, pretty much it for the top offenses and who might surprise. So, as more news comes out in camp, we'll break that down on here daily or whenever it breaks. We'll get on here and do a little podcast for you guys, something to listen to in the morning. Again, I'm going to try and get up there and cover the scrimmage. Not cover it, but watch it. And then, get back on here and tell you what I think, what happened, any breaking news. Again, quick hits from yesterday's practice. Cody Hayes, Will Johnson, Seth Luttrell said that they will not arrive. We all knew that was probably going to be the case, and doesn't look like English is going to play. We're still waiting on some of the JUCO guys to arrive, and those are defensive guys, and we'll get into the defense a little bit later, like I said. So that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed top offenses in Conference USA, and maybe tomorrow or the next day we'll start talking about the top defenses in Conference USA, and we'll continue these on until we start playing football and we can start breaking down the SMU game, offense versus defense. That's what I'm going to be doing on here. So everybody, have a great day, be inspired, live your life with some passion, and go Mean Green.